team I friend Newcastle United. Eshome kan mako naya Newcastle anti. It's not something that I'm here overly convinced. They say Neoma see was how much Manchester City with all their problems on my form this season, over. It's not something that I'm against her. But it's something that a year boost here and so I'm looking at the fact that Neoma come 8 wins in just 24 games for Manchester City. That's not the Manchester City we used to know. But with that performance, now koso. But so Manchester City share Newcastle and 9 it's not something that you rejoice over. Because this is a place in the last best 16 games, Newcastle is yet to win a game. The last time they won a game against Manchester City, Manchester City home grounds was way back 2000. And it was not even at Etihad. Near your stadium, we're from the main road. And who will be a main road and so so it's not something I'm making say Newcastle but Manchester City say they needed a wake-up call. They needed a win that will send signals to almost support. There's no BBR or her anymore. Manchester City and a team I find dream at the Champions League playoff in Yamepa. But during those times, Manchester City struggle or more poor Massimo Munhuno. Pep Guardiola tried so many formations. Some seem to be working in a bit. It was what Jumakra. But there is something that I do Manchester City. Something that Manchester City making sure so be press no about no wabo. But I got to a point in time as in Manchester City for no through Pep Guardiola to pain say they are not at their very best. So they need to compromise and they were compromising. Say Nas Bebuamia. Manchester City and Leicester City. So I made that video, that picture now. A boy discussion and so to me as start free baby. And my team, my friend Manchester City, struggle, say they will get things right. This is a Manchester City against a Leicester City. So all Manchester City are normally, this is not how Manchester City best set it up, playing such games. Playing against Leicester City, a struggling team in the English Premier League. Now Manchester City best lining up in a 4-4-2 system. It's not something we see from team and friend Manchester City. And even though we won't see Manchester City say they are in their own half when ball and you Leicester City player, they will press you and make sure that they have the ball. No matter sign as started a year or more transition and probably they'll go and get a goal or more and but this is Manchester City. One line up in a 4-4-2 system against team and friend Leicester City. It's not the Manchester City we used to know. So Guardiola number 1 now. It brings us into another discussion. What try system or Grealish and Guardiola and so in Finfia or Mubang each and every single time. None wonder the special one be Dean Como edify Guardiola and how he is important to their team. Eventually he made an assist against my friend Real Madrid. So this is how he plays. But we know say Jack Grealish or a dear when he's playing on the wings. He takes delight in playing on the wings. But now he's been playing the midfield and it's not working for him. So go Guardiola tour. It tells you what Guardiola each and every single time or call, then he comes back. This is against Nottingham Forest. Ball no a counter attack. Look at where Guardiola. Now he needs to run back and make sure say Wababeji ball. The picture 3 ebe boyen ewo yenkomo nim. So picture 3 now you see that baby Guardiola now. He's come to cover up for the team of Manchester City. And the 4th one will finish our discussion when it comes to this picture. He's come and now the 4-back system for Manchester City in the picture 4. So it tells you say Pep Guardiola in his quest to make sure say Neoma Manchester City come obedani ni no pay Neoma ebe Manchester City nim in a bebe 3, 4, 5 years with many back but in the game against Newcastle United, it gives glimpses. Pep finding the antidote. Before I'll start that, Pep Guardiola made a bad decision during the summer, letting Varas echo Atletico Madrid. A decision to me, it wasn't a football reason. It was a reason why a pettiness. Any Oyamadia Menfanto and the Pep Guardiola ija Varas Manicoe. This happened in Argentina. When Varas Kosra Akolebia Kolanesi, we are seeing a nipple tiny Pep Guardiola. A dainty and Varas and Mobo Nibi. They are there on Pep Guardiola. Argentina play me by Europe no better than any European player. This is Varas in Mobia or Pep and so any fine. Pep thought say, say Varas defending. say something, but Alvarez and Caffrey and Fan. But when you're coach, you want your players to defend you in all that. But the guy was not happy with him being restricted. And then each and every single time what he been giving the kind of involvement, the kind of contribution where my team friend Manchester City. So he left to team friend Atletico Madrid. To me, any footballing reasons. During the time of Alvarez, a branch friend Erling Haaland because the two top system was working perfectly for him. He is someone that will create chance or share goals or tormenting defenders each and every single time. He let him go. Now, Emuye Dina not over 4-4-2. He was playing a branch friend Kevin De Bruyne, close to Erling Haaland. Kevin De Bruyne is not a man who takes delight in playing as a number 9. He believes in creating chances, making sure a ball he is involved. Of far ball now, we're taking on defenders, we're pia pass no, and will be answered to Miache. That is what Kevin De Bruyne like his obey. But he has been deployed, sir. Erling Haaland reason why I feel say now. Kamia Kwakwe say Pep I find antidote to sign 4-4-2 system na be boano ama nioma Manchester City ekum no obetimi adani ani no Mamuji go a wo she e tia team my friend Newcastle United. You see Erling Haaland say all drop deep to make sure say create space and Mamuji. And Mamuji is one person now when it comes to pace none of and I say most of the defenders in your game no will not match up to a bunch of Mamuji. And in fact, he's one person now or a clinical finisher. Look at how Osi getting the best out of a Trippier. No, echo finish. But when your first goal, the Maya, look at where the pass came from. The pass came directly from a branch of friend Edison. And how Osi dummy a branch of friend Trippier, call making sure say, Wabobo that they are tuned. Just look at how Osi Lobe Bono as well the far goalkeeper. So it tells you how he's good when it comes to finishing and when it comes to automatic defenders. And it's something that you give him credit for. And he's come to make sure that he's giving Manchester United their antidote to make sure that the kind of problems of Mukumno, they will end it. The 4-4-2 system will definitely help team friend Manchester City. Looking at what a branch of friend Alvarez the man team friend Manchester City in his days. Now Mamouche ever be a it tells you that Mamouche have come and he's definitely going to help team friend Manchester City. If you look at Manchester City, Nico Gonzalez was also in the middle, making sure that things were right for team friend Manchester City. But if you look at how things are going, Manchester City for no enter branch of friend Mamouche born as it because in the game against Chelsea he made his debut. And he ran it saying Cabo and Rabon uncle. We saw Pep Guardiola now were banning some. But now, if this is how they are going to work, they are going to understand how Mamuche Nejuma, when he runs Yemobo and Tour because he's one finisher of a tormented defender to make it was a Obone de Atune Timor. I think he's going to end Manchester City no matter more from not in playing, not for them to come and win the league. But the Manchester City we used to know, trying to be in the air top 4, trying to get closer to teams around Manchester City war that 10-game run when they start. They won't even lose a game. And that is what they've been using in winning the league. Now, if you give this a more day with Manchester City, they've been shadows of themselves. They can't even control games. In a game against Leicester City, they played like 44.6% more possession. The lowest in Manchester City's era when a branch of Pep Guardiola and Pep Guardiola bar Manchester City. So it tells them they've been pure shadow of themselves. Pep Guardiola after the match, no Nico Gonzalez about say he is a mini Rodri, and if Pep amount that kind of praise, I can say a mini Rodri because you know how Rodri is important to him. So for him to say someone is a mini Rodri tells you say he's seen something good in a branch of friend Nico Gonzalez which my boy team friend Manchester City. This is not a gamer. I'm overly convinced. Say about 10 things are one for Manchester City, but it's a game. I feel that it was needed for Manchester City to have that kind of a performance. Make sure that they are going to Santiago Bernabeu to make sure that every little chance they get, they will utilize. Now, if you probably they will get into the playoff.
Ginger almost say more goals about so you call Bernabeu now. You share Madrid qualification.
It's a game to me. If you ask me, maybe I'm a foregone conclusion. Madrid is qualifying. The last time Madrid is qualifying, so I'm not even going to it. Arsenal fans, or more friend.